Hi everyone, it's Carrie again. Today's topic. It was something that just kind of crossed my mind that I felt I wanted to talk about, so I'm going to. Um, I didn't know what to name it, so I'm just naming this yo-yos because it felt like the most appropriate way to describe um, what I'm about to discuss. So, what I mean by yo-yos are the people that are constantly coming in and out of your life. So, those of you who are relatively new to dating or have dated for quite some time. Oh, my baby wants my attention. Oh, there he goes. That's the little man, by the way. And anyway, um, if you're new to dating or you've dated for some time, you'll find people date you for a while, and then everything seems fine, but all of a sudden, no, just want to be friends. They're gonna, and then they go off, and within a week, they're like in a full blown relationship with somebody. So clearly, they were seeing other people, behind your back. It's that ballpark playing the field kind of thing. But the beauty of all of that is that it eventually comes back and bites them in the butt because that person's going to do the same thing to them. So it's kind of like what comes around goes around theory. Now, and my cat is going to probably knock something down on me because he's in a mood today. Okay, little man, no, we're not gonna do that. Okay. You want to know what almost hit me in the head? Like seriously, like this. That's big. This cat is. He's in a mood. Ignore him. Ignore him. He's in a mood. He's a kitten. It's like kittens do. And he comes from the wild, so he's very wild. I won't take away. I'm letting him be him. I inherited this cat. He's actually from Tennessee, and so he was found in the woods and either abandoned or something happened to his mother, and so now he's ended up taking up residency with me, and I'm not declawing him or neutering him or anything. I'm letting him be his natural self. And I've worked with many domesticated cats or domesticated cats and raised batches of kittens. He's completely unique. He's got a wild side. You can truly tell he does not come from a lineage of domesticated cats. So that's the beauty of him. All right, now that you know a little bit about my personal life. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. So those people I kind of call yo-yos too, because then when it goes around or comes around to them, you're like their backup plan. So they'll try to come back. So you have these people in and out of your life constantly. You're never good enough to be their first choice, but you're always there for them, if they need you. Now, what I find, because of course I'm a female and I date men, I find that they come and they go. They're up and they're down. One minute you're like their best friend in the whole world, and the next minute you're like this total stranger that they won't tell anything personal to. And that's how I can always tell they're talking to other women or they're thinking about somebody else. Or if you are in a sexual relationship with them, they'll go back and forth between, oh, they can't get enough of you, to they can't even get hard and do anything, or and I don't know what it is. And I'm sitting there in the back right here. I know what it is, dude. I mean, you're talking to somebody else, or you're interested in somebody else, and you've got her on your mind, and having sex with me is a challenge then. So, they're constantly, flowing. When I notice that now, I just immediately break up with the person or tell them, I don't think we should see each other. We should just be friends. Because if somebody is already losing a romantic or a sexual interest in you relatively early in the relationship, it's not going to last. It's just, don't waste any more of your time and effort, no matter how much you like them. Because clearly, and especially if they're not talking to you about what's going on. If they do have some big personal issue going on, sometimes that can mentally cloud them. But they're going to be free to talk to you about it. They're not going to, if you're that close or you're having sex already, they should be able to talk to you about it. If they can't, you're not as close as you thought you were. So you're still better off just ditching them and letting them deal with their stuff. I find these kind of people are very afraid of commitment. They want to keep playing the field thinking that there's always going to be something better around the corner. The grass is greener on the other side, right? Now, I read this some time ago and I have stuck it in my heart and it has stayed. And I always say, the grass is greenest where you water it. Okay? You want something to grow, you're going to water it, you're going to nurture it, and it's going to grow. You make a commitment to it, or you just let it die, right? It's one of the two. So we learn this from nature. So even though the grass seems greener on the other side, it means because that's being watered by somebody, whether it be self-care, self-love of that person, or they're in a relationship already. And then you travel over there. But if you're not watering that lawn or nurturing it, it's going to die as well. So it's the person, look within yourself. If your grass is not green, what are you doing wrong? You're not nurturing, caring, or watering your grass. It's that simple, because when you turn around and look at the other side of the fence of what you had before, you might say that grass turned a lot greener, while the grass you went to all of a sudden turned brown. Now, why did it turn greener? That person started taking care of themselves. They started nurturing themselves. And they said, I don't need you. You're right, I don't. So stay on that side of the fence. Hopefully, they do anyway. But it takes a commitment to have green grass, to have something beautiful. You have to be willing to say, you know what, I'm going to put everybody else in the sideline. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean family and friends, but other options on the sidelines. I'm really going to get to know this person. I'm really going to see if this is a relationship worth investing in. And this doesn't just go for relationships of the romantic level. This could be friendships. This could be family relationships, stuff like that, where you feel like you need to make a commitment to renew something or grow something with somebody. But it's a commitment. You can't be afraid of it. You really can't. How do you know that by getting to know that person, all of a sudden, like, your whole world changes and you realize this is the person I was meant to be with my entire life? And, maybe they don't look exactly the way I thought they were supposed to, or act exactly the way I was thinking, but all of a sudden it fits and it's just right. If you're afraid of that commitment, that's not going to happen. And this is Violet, by the way. She's my older kitty who's having some severe health issues, but she's hanging in there, and little man just loves her. And sometimes he's just annoying. She thinks he's annoying, but girls and boys, that's what you get again. Even in cats. I also see them as boomerangs. And these kind of people, you can throw that boomerang out, it's going to come right back to you eventually. So don't be so afraid when this person walks out or needs a timeout. Sometimes timeouts are okay. They need to explore a few things. It really depends. Now, I put it in a box like this. If I'm in a relationship or starting a relationship with somebody who is fresh out of a relationship or freshly divorced or something like that, I will immediately tell them, okay, we can be friends and explore something, but you need to sow your oats. Okay? You don't even know what's out there because you've been in a relationship for a long period of time. And I will be your friend through this, and maybe we'll build a relationship. I do not like being the rebound. And a lot of times that's what will happen if you are the first person. So the best thing you can do is invest in a friendship and see if that friendship ends up growing into something. But 9 out of 10 times I see them go back to their marriage or previous lover. So, be careful how much you invest in those types of people, or people who haven't been in relationships in forever. They also don't know what's out there, and if they're just starting to explore the field, even if you're just somebody by chance they chose to start seeing, encourage them to see other people. I'm sorry, that sounds kind of whacked, but they don't even know what they want. Okay, they haven't been around enough to know what they desire. So, you could definitely get yourself hurt if you're that first person. So, but they need a first person. So I would recommend starting with a friendship. Some of the best relationships grow out of friendships. So it's not a bad thing. They also can't decide what they want because there's too many choices. out there. So if they fill their plate with, it's like going to a buffet and you put like a dozen things on your plate. You get to the table, you don't even know what to eat first. Um, it's too many choices, and it's by the time sometimes you'll start with your least favorite thing, knowing you'll save room for the favorite thing on your plate. But by the time you get to that, you're so full of all the other garbage that you don't even get to indulge in what you thought was the best option. So, too many options, not a good thing. Okay, limit your options. Those people are going to come and go, come and go, come and go. They have too many choices. And I do tend to stay away from it. It's usually your pretty people here. Not that I don't like pretty people, but if you're too handsome, I'm probably not going to have an interest in you because you're going to have a ton of choices and you're going to play out those choices. And so I just want the average Joe, the regular guy. I like that he takes care of himself, mind you, but not over the top because there's too many choices. Now, some would say, well, you're afraid of competition. I'm not afraid of competition. I just don't think I should have to compete for love. Love should be love. And it's not a competition. You either have an interest and you're going to explore it with somebody or you're not. But this playing the field thing, it's it's garbage if you ask me. That's another video. There's a garbage video, so we'll get there. Another thing that I noticed is people just throwing themselves at each other. Like, the morals and the ethics just, you're a yo-yo if you're just throwing yourself out there to everybody. You're not being selective. You're not being choosy. You're not really investigating this person. Do they meet your qualities? It's almost like people do this out of some type of desperation. And then they're in and out, in and out, in and out, because they're just throwing themselves at everybody. They don't seem to have enough self-respect, or their self-esteem must be so low that they feel they need to be with 10 people at one time so that there's always somebody there that wants them. Because they don't even want themselves. They don't even like themselves enough to want themselves. Why would any of these 10 choose you as their option? As the choice, I should say. You'll be an option forever, but you're not going to be the choice if you're throwing yourself at somebody. And sex these days, I'm telling you, it's too easy to get. Way too easy. Okay? I wouldn't say I'm a desperate person, but I could have somebody every day of the week if I wanted to. Sex is so easy to get. I miss the challenge. I miss the having to work for it a little bit, having to get to know the person. It's okay to be seductive and sexy, but leave a little mystery, all right? Bras and panties, I'm sorry, but you might as well be naked. You, ladies, there's no mystery there anymore. There's just none. You've given nobody anything to desire, okay? They're just thinking, yep, I'm going to bang that, and that's that. There is something that I think older, classier women from the 50s, 60s, maybe even 70s would grasp. And it was, oh, there's a word for it. And all of a sudden my mind just went blank. It's not being humble or humility, but it's something like that. I think it starts with an M. Oh, somebody please comment it because I can't remember anymore. But I've just had so much going on. But anyway, there's a bit of mystery. It's okay to show your figure in an outfit. It's okay maybe to, get to the point where a little cleavage might start showing. Like, okay, this is cut low, but it's not where my cleavage is starting, right? So, but yet, wearing something that might show that I have a figure is going to entice somebody. But keep them guessing. Keep them working to see what's underneath all of that, okay? That's how you're going to find if you got a keeper or not, or you just got someone who's a yo-yo. A yo-yo just wants to bang it, hit it, and quit it, okay? He's going to see something sexy. He's going to say, yep, that fits, what I would have sex with. He's going to hit it. He's going to quit it. He's going to come back. He's going to hit it. He's going to quit it. And this works vice versa. I'm not just saying it's because I'm a woman that I'm speaking this way, but it works the other way too. Men, women are going to do the same thing to you. If you're flashing out too much money, for example, oh, you're going to gold digger hell, okay? Sometimes it's okay to hide your assets, your material possessions. Don't let them know what you all have, unless you're desperate and you have to use those things to get a woman. But is she ever going to love you for you? Nope. You're going to be in gold digger hell, killing yourself on the daily to satisfy somebody who only wants you for that reason. They probably don't find you attractive. They probably really don't like having sex with you. They're going to fake it. They'll fake it till they make it, till they get everything they can get out of you, and leave you for the next person. So it works the same way, just a little bit different. Men want sex, women want money. That's what I've discovered in this yo-yo universe. So leave a little mystery. Make sex challenging again to get into somebody's pants. So just put it out there. Unless that's all your booty call is all you're going for, then okay. But if you really are looking in a relationship, don't make it that easy. That's not easy. Is not relationship material. I'm sorry. That's a hit it and quit it. Keep their interest. And a lot of times I've noticed in this new age, having sex, men do like watching their penis going in and out of a vagina. And then they want you to watch it too. Sit up, look at this, isn't this sexy? In some cases, I guess. But I finally sat down one day and said, if I want to watch something go in and out, just gotta buy a yo-yo. In and out, in and out goes the string. So, it's kind of the same thing. And I've witnessed it during having sex with my partners or watching porn. A yo-yo string goes in and out too. It's just as exciting, I'm telling you. In my world, anyway. So that's what I call the yo-yos of the world. And let me tell you, there's a lot of them out there. I don't know many people who aren't yo-yos, going in and out, getting what they want, sliding back out, sliding back in. Okay? Be careful who you're allowing in and out of your life. It's probably a yo-yo. Anyway, and going to a dime store, well, I think they call them dollar stores now. Back in my day, they were dime stores. Now they're dollar stores. So, inflation, I'm telling you. Let's even change the name of the store. You're better off going to buy a yo-yo or fly a kite. It's much more entertaining, I'm telling you. Rewarding and fulfilling. Alright, the phrase from the Bible that I came up with for this one is from Philippians chapter 3, verse 13. Brethren, I do not regard myself as having laid hold of it yet, but one thing I do, forgetting what lies behind and reaching forward to what lies ahead. Again, a yo-yo is not going to forget what's behind them. They're going to keep going back to that if you allow them in. Yo-yos, boomerangs. I think yo-yos is much more appropriate. Boomerang was last decade's title, I think. And we're constantly evolving and changing, so there you go. Alright, let me know in the comments below what you think. There's probably a ton of things in this topic I didn't even cover that I would love to hear what you have to say and maybe make a follow-up video. Alright, love y'all. Bye.